I used to listen to good podcasts, but everything was fine. But now I listen to this podcast because I've lost my mind. My gym partner is a podcast. My gym partner is a podcast. Yeah!
Bull shark, porcupine, I don't know what. Doing this podcast's a pain in the...
Metroid Samus Returns on the Nintendo 3DS. This is a new look at the story as Samus Aran goes to planet CR58 to kill the Metroid Queen.
Alright, that's a good one. That's
a good one. That was great. That was great.
Thanks.
Good opening.
Thank you. I looked up and I saw the case for Metroid Samus Returns for the Nintendo 3DS, and it just came to me.
Wow.
So welcome to another episode of My Gym Partners, a podcast. We're all here today. As you all know, we discuss episodes of My Gym Partners, a Monkey. And
Is that what we do?
Yeah, nobody knows that. We gotta say it.
I mean, in case it's not inherently obvious, people could just be coming in. They could be thinking we're just making stuff up, or we're making our own episodes of My Gym Partners,
We've never made up an episode of the show ever. How dare you even assume that?
Oh, you're right. Every episode we've done has been an actual episode.
I would go as far to say this is the only genuine thing out there that you can trust. So, like...
So, we have some pretty funny episodes this week, I would say, at least. I really, really enjoyed the second episode.
Hey, both of these episodes made me, go real funny, haha.
I went...
They're pretty alright. The show has found its groove, I think. It's found a comfortable place with which to sit on its laurels.
It's season 2. Hey, I mean, we'll get to it in a second, but I want to be the person to talk about it, y'all. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah. There's a theme, a reoccurring theme in these two episodes that aligns very closely with a certain headcanon, if you will, of ours.
Well, not exactly that. I was going to talk about the first thing that literally made me gasp and shout.
Oh, that! Oh, yeah, okay, so why don't you start us off then, Gert?
Alright, so our episode opens up in kind of a typical episode. Jake, and Adam, they're getting their report cards finally. I say finally, and so it's just like, oh, okay, they're getting their report cards, alright. Jake and Adam leave the report card Principal Pixie Frog's office where they're giving them, and they're walking down the hall, and Adam says these words, and it just shocks me so much because he says, "Oh boy, my first report card for Charles Darwin Middle School." It's like, holy shit, it hasn't even been a fucking semester. It's just now a semester.
It's only been 9 weeks, and there's been so much. There was prom. What?
It's funny how, adjusted Adam Line has become already. If we look at these episodes, how many have we watched so far? 40-something?
About, because we've had 20-something episodes, and there's usually about 2 episodes per episode.
So, I'm just gonna do some quick math and assume that it's about 40, right?
Uh-huh.
40 divided by 7. That's 5 weeks. So, we have seen 5 weeks of this assumed 9 or 6 weeks, depending on how a semester is judged.
And let's not forget that this episode that we're talking about here, Making the Grade, is right after the anime special chronologically in the release dates of this show. So there's been a whole holiday thing. I mean, it was in the middle of the hottest day of the year. That's when anime started. So we can't correlate it to the actual holiday months, but it's a lot's happened in this few time we've
That's
shared with
saying-
Adam.
That's putting it lightly. There's like almost every day. Like, can you imagine just some of these episodes? Like, it's the detention episode, and then like the next episode is the next day. Like, it just never ends. Like, it's just constantly shit's happening. Like, he goes to detention and he deals with Jake's existential crisis, and then the next day he sees a clone of himself, and it's like, what?
And then the next day he's sent back in time.
Yeah.
So, like, a semester is typically 15 weeks.
That's not true.
15.
Not in like grade school.
Yeah, isn't
I
it?
mean, like,
Is it
like
in
there's-
9
they-
weeks?
They have
Maybe-
like they have like report cards like halfway through the semester, and then at the end of the semester.
Okay, here's a better answer. 10 or 11.
Okay, I'll believe that.
So, even then, that just feels like just everything that we've witnessed. Can you imagine, like, experiencing everything that Adam Lyon has, like, been through within half a year? Can you imagine, like, how exhausting that must be?
It must take a toll, and it really has taken a toll on Adam, because he's here worrying about his grades, really fearing that he's probably failed a lot of his classes, like nest building or like
Pack mentality class, which is a really funny class name. Like,
Pack mentality.
I'm 100% sure that like they just keep making up classes for like gags and stuff, because I feel like Adam has a lot of classes, if otherwise.
He has so many classes. It's
We
like,
we need to assemble all the classes that Adam Lyon
Oh.
says he's had,
Yeah.
and like we've seen him in this show
What
in its
even the-
entirety, and sees just how much he's done.
what even the fuck are we doing this podcast for if we haven't done that yet? I don't understand. What's wrong with us? That's a good idea.
Alright, so he opens up his report card and he says that
Zuh?
signature. He goes
Zuh?
Zuh? And he looks in his grade. There's no letter grades. They're just like pictures, like a pickle or a rainbow
Or a clown.
biscuit or a clown. I wish I got clown grades in my school.
God, me too. I got straight rainbows.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a phrase that Jake says often.
Too often. It's his. He always has one, doesn't he? Like every episode these days, he just has something he can repeat over and over again. I hate it.
These
Like,
days, like as if
Well, like, 'cause
we're
it-
watching this actively.
Well, like, think about it. Like, unless I'm misremembering, like, I don't think Jake had an annoying like catchphrase every episode in like the first season, but he definitely does in the second season.
God, I mean, I think that is true. I do think that they just kind of like tack a little phrase onto Jake, and they're just like, he's the funny monkey, he's gotta be funny. This is it.
He has to talk often, otherwise people are gonna get bored. Kids aren't gonna want to watch it.
Yeah, like, I would only watch this show if Jake Spider Monkey was talking.
Thankfully, they do, and so we learned from this that Charles Darwin Middle School does not use the archaic letter grade system, but actually uses positive generic symbols.
They have to avoid being sued, as Principal Pixie Frog points out to Adam. And I love this bit here. This is what I was talking about earlier, where Jake is like, one day I'll get a unicorn on my like grade sheet or whatever, and Winston's like, I'm pretty sure they don't exist. And Jake says, literally, a boy can dream, can't she?
I was so like, wow, like it keeps coming up, and like these two episodes do not disappoint in that regard.
So yeah, Jake trans girl confirmed.
Jake is just like on her way to
Yeah.
just like finding herself, and I'm so happy for her.
So Winston says something to
Windsor.
sorry,
Winston. You know,
I I actually literally wrote Winston in my notes.
Oh
I
my
forgot
god.
his name.
Oh my god. I'm so happy that we finally made that mistake. I've been waiting for it.
I don't know why I literally wrote Winston. It's maybe because I played Overwatch earlier today, which, my bad.
Yeah,
But...
big mistake.
Big mistake playing that game, but...
But, you know, Windsor, and we should take care, because he appears in these episodes quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, he's like a third character in these.
Which I really enjoy. And he has a line here where he's like, oh, geez, all about this, like, learning thing. Well, self-esteem takes precedence over actual learning these days.
In this society.
And we live in a society.
We live in a society.
I like Jake and Slips are also here kind of just being the dumb ones as like Adam and Windsor are talking. Like...
Yeah, they just keep reaffirming that we is good knowledgers.
We think's good.
I can has cheeseburger.
And so Adam points out, like, well, if we're not really getting graded, then, like, what's the point of doing anything in class? Like, we could just sleep and it'd be fine. Like, we're just gonna get the same grades. There's no, like, looming threat of, like...
Of failure.
Failure.
Like, why would I even try?
Which, good point.
Yeah, I mean, good point.
But I mean, like, I think I mentioned this earlier, but, like, I think Adam could have just done this anyway, where he's a human in an animal school. There's not much incentive for him to be passing these classes anyway. He's not gonna get far with an animal school diploma.
God, that would suck so bad if he graduates, he goes through all this hell. Like, he has to go to the animal high school that totally exists, and they're just like, well, he tries to get a job, and they're like, you didn't even graduate middle school. And he's like, no, I did. Look, Charles Darwin. He's like, well, that's an animal school. That doesn't count.
Or, like, even better, it's not even on the records.
Like, what are you talking about? Charles Darwin. He goes back to the school, and it's like been leveled, and like it's just there's a park there instead. And he's like, was it real? Was it even real?
It can't be. Just losing his fucking mind. He can't believe it. The entire middle school and high school part of his life was just a fucking dream.
Anyway, so everyone starts sleeping through their classes. They sleep through Mr. Hornbill, sleep through Miss Chameleon, sleep in the gym class. Even Horace is sleeping. And, like, apparently this has been going on for, like, a month, because Miss Chameleon says something about that.
Oh, yeah, like weeks or a month.
No, she literally says, a month of sleep, reenacting Shakespeare's death.
A month
2 months.
A month of sleeping.
A month of sleeping. Wow.
Coach Gill decides to sleep too, and we finally, Principal Pixie Frog has had it with Adam with his rabble rousing.
Your rabble rousing has costed us so much, Animal Lion. It's time for you to die.
The boss. Yeah, so he wakes up. Adam is like, okay, we're gonna, like, you don't understand, this is not gonna work, you don't understand, but fine, I'm gonna reinstate the grading system.
It's just okay. Like, fed up, just, alright, you wanted this. And it's like not even. It's funny that Adam says it's not like I want the old grading system. I'm just not motivated to do anything since I don't have the constant threat of failure looming over my head.
Why'd you say that?
And so grades are back. He wakes up he like goes over the intercom and like blows an air horn in it and is like, "All right, we're doing letter grading. Congrats." And so they're in class, Mr. Hornbill's class, who's written an equation on the board. It's a pretty tough one. I mean, I couldn't figure it out.
What were those symbols that he wrote down?
I think those are what people call numbers.
Oh.
And
please. Oh, please. You proles. You don't know anything.
Renee's the smart one. Get her. Get her.
I wish I could do like a perfect recreation of Jake Spider Monkey's like, literal monkey noise. I wish I could just sound like an ape.
So he writes on the board like, what's 1 + 2? And everyone in the class has like shrunk away from answering it, and Adam's like, this is really easy, what's wrong with y'all? And Jake like tackles him and is like, don't let them know you're smart, Adam, please, God. Like, you don't know what it'll do.
Adam, there are consequences here. I can't help you once you go past that threshold. I can't help you. Adam's like, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, because apparently because everyone's getting letter grade, it's like they're competing with each other, and animals have a natural instinct to like maul and attack things that they perceive as like a threat or like better than them, i.e. a smart person in school, which is
understandable. Smart people like deserve to be attacked.
And so now the nerds are oppressed, and Adam.
Wow, it's kind of like real life, isn't it? Like, it's kind of scary, like, looking at, like, like, they predicted this. They predicted that, like, nerds, and, I mean, like, you can just lump some gamers into there, too, because, like, gamers are smart. Like, they saw this coming. Like, they're oppressed.
God, stop, just stop.
So they all start beating up Adam. Henry Armadillo, in particular, becomes an antagonist, stands up on a desk, is like, get him!
Get him! And the whole school has gone into chaos now. Even the sign in the front of the school is wrecked.
Adam is running around. It's like literally pure chaos. Everyone's just beating the shit out of each other. Adam finds like a little grate like by a gutter, and he hides under the school, and the Spiffies are down there. Nice to see them again, you know?
Yeah, and they're just like, oh no, we've been discovered!
This is gonna be the apocalypse. And then the pig says something like, we just have to wait it out, because then the geeks shall inherit the earth. Yeah, then they talk like that because I hate them and they're terrible.
Bad pig.
I don't know. I like this because like
it's because you're a nerd. That's why you like the Spiffies.
I don't know. Okay, no. I mean, I like the situation where the role has been reversed with the Spiffies being an antagonist to Adam, and now they're kind of like just aligning with each other in this new like apocalyptic scenario where the bullies rule, where the jocks, Jake Spider Monkey rules.
I don't feel comfortable calling Henry Armadillo a jock.
That's true, he is out there. It's like the stupid versus the smart, and there's more stupid than smart in the school, apparently, so this is where we're at as a society, in the Charles Darwin society.
Well, this society is really a society.
Thanks, Winsor.
Let's get 'em.
I almost called you Winston. So Bull Sharkowski's like sniffs him out. He says, I can smell pocket protectors.
Jesus, what do you think like that smells like if you're
Sweat.
A bull shark? Oh. Yep, probably
Yeah,
right.
sweat. Just pure sweat.
It's sweat.
So Adam, being one of the only few surviving intellectuals on Earth, he develops a quick plan where he gets rid of everybody's glasses, and he acts like he's like dumb and like knocking into everything. And by them like all being blinded by not having glasses, they look dumb in comparison as well. So just they all leave him.
They're so lucky.
And so they're like, oh, we did it, we made ourselves look dumb, so now nobody's gonna attack us. And then the stupid pig geek is like, I wonder how long this inevitable apocalypse is gonna last anyway. And then he's, let's graph the equation. And he like, because he doesn't have his glasses, he like slowly holds like a calculator up to his face and he like slowly squints. And then like a realistic pig hoof like starts like jamming on the button.
Yeah, like typing.
It's really funny.
He's like, don't do it!
And then they're surrounded by the rest of the students, and it's like, oh no, we gotta get him. But Adam is like, oh, but we're not the only smart ones. Jake, you're smart. You got straight rainbows. And
I got rainbows again.
Windsor is the smartest guy I know, and Windsor kind of like shuffles over, like.
It's
okay.
amazing how Windsor hasn't gotten discovered yet, until now.
Well, it's because he's so quiet and like to himself. He would never reveal something. Like, he's smart, and that's why he hasn't been discovered.
Yeah,
Very
that's true. And he's like, "Thanks a lot, Adam."
Adam.
But I trust that this is all part of a very intricate plan you're going to do to outnumber the dummies. He literally says the dummies. The dum-dums.
Lupe is smart because she speaks 3 languages. Well, he says she speaks 2, and then she goes, I actually speak 3, and then somebody kicks her into the center of the circle. Like, get in there. Bull knows how to bully in like 98 different ways.
Which, sure. That's
I
smart.
guess. Dickie knows dance. Dickie's
Indeed
here.
I do!
And then he just keeps listing people. It's like a little montage. And then Henry Armadillo is the only one he hasn't called smart.
He's the only fucking person, and I'm so happy that this is the outcome.
It's amazing how Adam found something for every other student at Charles Darwin besides Henry.
He didn't even try. Henry was just like, are you done making a fool of yourself? And he was just like, yeah, I mean, that's everybody I could think of.
And there's the only one left. It's horrible.
Well, I guess knowledge is power.
I hated that.
And then there's something really interesting that happens here, whereas Henry Armadillo is running, he says, "This isn't the last you'll see of me, Adam Lion. One day the bumpkins will rule the world."
God.
Or not.
And then he just gives up.
It was so funny because he says something like, "You win this time, Adam Lion," and it sounded like such a cartoon, Saturday morning cartoon villain thing to say.
It looked like it was gonna be the start of Henry Armadillo's villain arc.
His path to villainy.
It reminds me of there's this episode in the Kirby anime where there's this ninja guy who shows up, and he apparently the ninja guys used to work for. Okay, this is a lot of Kirby lore. So there's this thing called Star Warriors, and that's what Meta Knight was. Anyway, Meta Knight tells the story oh yeah, the ninjas, they used to work with us, but then they turned evil for some reason. We'll never know. A ninja shows up in the village, and they fight him, and Meta Knight even recognize each other, and then he loses the fight, and so he's like, all right, and then he runs away, and as he's run away, he's like, don't think this is the last time you'll see me. I'll be back one day. And this is an earlier episode, early 30s at least. And then he just doesn't show up for the rest of the 100 episode series. Not even once.
Oh my god.
He has his whole thing where he's like, I'll be back, I'm gonna get you. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what this guy's gonna be up to in a few arcs, I guess.
Can't wait for the payoff of this, clear setup. Nothing happens.
Let's hope the same happens with Henry Armadillo.
Can you imagine if Henry Armadillo just didn't show up anymore?
I wouldn't be disappointed, but I would be curious. Tom Kenny voiced Henry Armadillo, right?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, so it'd be really funny if Henry Armadillo never showed up. So it's kind of maybe Tom Kenny just didn't want to do it anymore.
Well, I mean, he still voices Jake.
Yeah. No,
like,
I know that.
He just doesn't like Henry Armadillo. He's like, I
Yeah,
don't want to do that
exactly.
voice anymore.
Can we just write him out of the show? Oh, whatever you say,
Have
Mr.
him
Kenny.
leave
I
and, like,
was
shake
kinda-
his fist at Adam.
I was kind of thinking that, like, he doesn't deserve to be in the show anymore.
Can we,
Is that
can we
Tom
take all
Kitty?
his... Can we take Henry's parts and just give them to Jake? Like, I'm pretty sure Jake can fill that role. I just don't want to do the voice anymore. It's, you know.
It just bothers me.
Anyway, it's the next semester suddenly, so time has passed.
Yeah.
It's report card day already, says the sign.
And somebody gets straight unicorns. I forget if it was Jake or
It was Adam.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was like,
Adam.
I got straight unicorns? Told you they were real, Windsor.
I like how meaningless, like, time seems to be, like, with these episodes.
Like, they did a whole time skip, and, like, we don't know what happened in between that time. So much could have happened.
A year went by. Does that mean that summer is, like, about to happen?
I don't know. But, you know, Principal Pixie Frog's like, yep, we just went back to the old system and got new images. And then Adam's like, someone threatened to sue, huh? And he's like, yep, you did learn something. Ding, ding.
Ding,
Bing, bong.
Bing bong, you got it.
That's that episode.
That's that episode.
It's all right. They tried to do some stuff.
Sorry, just really took you a bit to get to how you felt, huh?
I mean, I did want to talk about how it seemed like this was gonna be one of those politically charged episodes. Not
What do
politically
you
charged.
mean?
No, I know
But,
what you're
I
saying.
mean,
Like when it's like,
like,
oh, this is the trophy generation.
Yeah, something like that. But you know, you can really just not think about that, it doesn't really end how you think it. Well, it ends with them going back to the whole like, oh, self-esteem over like actual like learning thing. So I guess it's like it can be considered like a grim ending. But it's kind of funny how they present this sort of idea, this sort of message, like kind of like the school lunch like program episode and stuff like that. But instead of like a return to form for something for the better, it's just a return to form here to. I mean, it works, but
If it ain't broke, that's what they say.
it's better than letter grades. I'll be
Yeah,
honest.
I would
Yeah.
love to have this system. It would feel so good.
Listen, I just want to learn. Like, I feel like learning would be a lot easier. Like, despite what Adam Lyons said here, I think it would be a lot better to just kind of like exist and learn things and not feel like so pressured. Just like fucking like just like teach me some shit and let me live my life.
I think like, you know, college, like when you're learning a trade and stuff like that, that should be like more like strict. But when you're in like elementary school, grade school, like let's be honest here, a majority of the classes you're going to, it's not like you're going to die if you forget like the like what polynomials are or something.
Right.
Just, you know, give me a clown like for the grade. Like I get the math problem. Give me the clown. Give me straight rainbows.
Come on, just give me the clown already.
But anyway, it was okay episode. It wasn't too hysterical, but I liked it. It was fine. All right.
Not bad.
Ding 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 ding. Whoa, I brought the tea. How much would you like? How much sugar would you like?
I would like 1 lump or Tutor, which is the name of this next episode. Hey, do y'all want to hear my R-rated lyrics for the Darkwing Duck opening?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, wait, hold on.
What do you mean? Hold on.
I mean,
have it right-
this sounds important, Renee.
But
So-
we're just about to talk about
No.
1 lump or Tutor.
Hold on.
But
So-
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah,
Right?
but Darkwing Duck. It's my edgy reboot for Darkwing Duck. So The concept's like a little different. In fact, Darkwing Duck is not the main character. He's more like the antagonist.
Okay. So it's kind of like a situation where, you know, like the main character is sort of like a bad guy. It's like a light Yagami situation.
A little
it's like
bit.
It's like a Breaking Bad situation.
Yeah.
My opinions don't matter, I suppose. Let's just keep
Anyway,
going with this.
I'm gonna sing it for you, and then I'll let you and Renee decide if we need to keep this in the episode or not, because it's a little, what's the word?
Risque?
It's a little risque. It's a little crass. I do say the word fucked at least once. So, all right, you ready?
I'm a little scared.
I guess.
All right, cue the music. Daring duck of cuckoldry, Darkwing fucked my wife. I can't
Already.
believe he did this to me. Oh fuck, he's got a knife. Darkwing cuck. When there's trouble, call the police. Darkwing.
Okay.
He fucked my wife. Darkwing duck fucked my wife.
Okay, no, this is not going in the episode.
I think this should go in the episode. I think it belongs in the episode just because I want the world to know what you've told us right now.
One lumper tutor.
Darkwing Duck.
One lumper
Do you think
tutor.
Darkwing Duck would be in the My Gym when he's a monkey?
One lumper tutor.
Oh, maybe he's like a hero, like within
God.
the like.
Fuck, no. Okay. We gotta start this.
He's like the Superman for he's like the Batman for the animals. Like Adam's like, oh, Jake, do you want to borrow my comic book? I have the new Batman issue, and
Oh, yeah.
Jake like reads it, and he's like, this is just a ripoff of Darkwing Duck. Like, and Adam's like, what the fuck is Darkwing Duck?
Who's Darkwing Duck? He's like, don't you know, Adam? He's like the biggest superhero ever. And then like they just talk about Darkwing Duck, and the Darkwing Duck shows up, and it's like, holy shit, that's
Holy
him.
shit, it's Darkwing Duck.
Holy shit, he's here.
And then Adam's like, wait, he's real? I thought he was just a comic book hero. And then Jake's like, well, yeah, isn't your comic book hero, like, real too? He's like, no. He's like, wow. Huh.
You humans are weird. Strange. Huh.
I'm starting to feel like an Adam Lion here right now.
Okay. I'm sorry, Renee. We can talk about this episode now.
You think there's
So-
gonna be a...
No, go on. A what? A what?
Oh, I don't know, Renee. I probably
I
should.
had water in my mouth. I just spit it everywhere.
I probably should.
A what?
Oh,
Go on.
no, I shouldn't interrupt you, Renee. You should just keep on going. Don't worry about me.
What were you gonna say, Kurt? I need to know.
I feel like you're gonna be really disappointed because it's not. Okay, so listen, like, what do you think? What do you think anime's like in the My Gym Partners a Monkey universe? Do you think they have the same animes, or do you think they have different ones?
They got animal animes. Animal animes. They got those. Alright. Adam's in the Sahara Desert. No, in the Serengeti. That's what I'm thinking. He's in in the plains of Africa once more. In the outback.
Steakhouse.
You know, like, I feel like I had my own ideas that I could, like, bring of, like, crossovers, but it's been used up. The crossover, like, threshold has been used up. So he's, like, preying on... He says he's so hungry. Like, act like you're so hungry you're gonna lose control. Act like you're so hungry you're gonna lose control. And he just starts mauling this cow silhouette, which turns out to be a cheese cow.
But actually, maybe not cheese, because it doesn't taste like it, and Mr. Hornbill in this episode is a freak.
Mr. Hornbill sucks in this episode.
In this episode, Mr. Hornbill is like, he's crazed, he's deranged, there's something wrong with it.
So we're in feeding frenzy class.
His head's all messed up in this one, I gotta say, I don't like him.
Yeah, like, we talked about how he's probably just, like, the extra, like, person, the one extra, like, staff that they use for, like, a lot of classes, odds and ends. I'm starting to think he purposefully does seek out teaching all the predatory classes, not because, like, he's, like, trying to just trick any of the students into not being predators, but he actually revels in being a predator.
Right. He has, like, a passion for it.
We've called him a predator before, multiple times.
Yeah, we have. Like, we have referred to Mr. Hornbill as a predator. But, like, it's both
Actually.
literally... Yeah, like, actually, like, I think he eats meat. I think he eats, like, animals. Hello, kitty.
Sorry.
Hey, hello.
Stop.
We have a special guest on my Gym Partners in Podcast today. Give it up for Lucy's cat, Sprite. What do you think about Jake Spider Monkey? Oh, that's interesting.
She ran away. So Mr. Hornbill's like, oh, Adam, you did it so wrong. It starts, like, lecturing and drooling and, like, he starts biting
It's
book.
about the carnage. It's about losing control and tearing at the flesh.
It's about completely losing yourself in the act.
I think he's killed before and he will kill again.
He's so dangerous. He's so dangerous. He's so dangerous.
And he's like, Bull, why don't you show this pathetic creature what for? And Bull, who's like sitting in the corner.
If I must.
And so Bull Sharkowski goes up and just decimates it. He like shines his teeth and just chomps at it.
His pupils recede into the back of his skull as he begins the act. He's just going in total beast mode as Mr. Hornbill's like, yes, the horror, the carnage.
It's so scary. It's like Mr. Hornbill in this instance reminds me of the ending of the movie Apocalypse Now.
Uh-huh.
Which is a very violent movie, a very, very, like, terrible movie of war. And just, like, his whole mentality right now just reminds me of that movie, just in essence.
Surprising that it's not the episode where they mentioned apocalypse stuff that you bring this up, but in this moment with Mr. Hornbill.
I feel like somehow it's more appropriate here than there.
Adam gets held back after class, and Mr. Hornbill, I swear to you, says your work in this class has been, how you say, like stinky as a pair of poopy diapers.
Yeah.
Which is pretty bad.
Which is also odd, coming off from the grades episode that was just talking about.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like, what did they just fucking tell us about their grades, and now they're making us worry, like, say that, like, Adam's worried about grades?
Maybe they added one grade, like, after this. One, like, image that is actually a bad grade. That's good. The poopy diaper grades. Like, it's a literal image of poopy diapers.
Oh, that could have been it. I had that thought that maybe it was that, but the way that Mr. Hornbill said it made me, like, it felt like it was suggesting that this was not literal, but more so a way to express something to Adam because he thinks Adam's an idiot.
Yeah, it was also that.
He decides to appoint Bull as his tutor. He's like, you're gonna have to do it, my boy. You're gonna have to.
Otherwise, you'll be held back in feeding frenzy class.
Which sounds like an awful possibility for Adam to get held back at all. That sounds awful.
God, just having to spend any more time in this hellhole.
It, it it's not a good look on the inside and the outside. Other people will be like, "Wow, you got held back in animal school." That's gonna
God.
be the worst thing to be told.
Any threat of not passing a class or being held back is just like not even real. It doesn't even exist in this school. I don't know why they're holding it over his head like this.
Yeah, like, that's an empty threat. It doesn't mean anything.
It's possible that chronologically this episode takes place before he got his first report card.
It's true. That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so Bull is like not into the idea, but Mr. Hornbill's like, maybe I'll just ask Euripides.
Euripides.
It's like, no, Euripides.
And he's reveling in this. Euripides.
Yeah, like, he's going hog wild just saying this, and Bull is, like, cowering.
Maurice LaMarche is really getting into the role here because he voices Mr. Hornbill, this crazed herbivorous predator.
I'm so afraid of him. I'm so afraid of him.
Windsor's there to explain that Euripides is Bull's younger sibling, who
I thought it was older. It's older.
Older sibling, who was much more of a threat than Bull was, and they used to be in like the Charles Darwin, and was like a much bigger threat than Bull, and like he's kind of sore about that.
Yeah, he's got to live up to his siblings' legacy, and Adam's like, well, can you give me like a gauge for like what I should be expecting with Euripides? And he points to the ceiling where these like giant, like, what's those big sharks called? Megalodon?
Megalodons.
Yeah, it's like a megalodon mouth.
Yeah, like
It's
it's like
these
those.
are her baby teeth.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit. Yeah, that like, that's scary. Like, I don't want to meet that big shark.
And so Adam's got a lot riding on this. He's gonna be having to deal with a tutoring lesson from Bull. Probably gonna be a lot of carnage. Windsor and Jake come with him, but they watch from afar with popcorn because it's gonna be a show. It's gonna be a real show.
It's gonna be real funny.
I really like how Windsor's been really sassy in these two episodes where Jake's like, oh man, no, he says something to the effect of like having to pay admission, and then Jake's like, wait, we had to pay admission, and Windsor's like, yeah, $5. He just takes $5 from Jake. Just taking advantage of this poor little monkey.
He's using his brain, his intellect. He's outsmarting the monkey.
And so we get the beginning of the training where Bull presents the cheese hippo.
Oh, a cheese hippo.
Look inside yourself, Adam. Release your inner demon, and Bull like his pupils roll back into his head, and Adam's like, you.
And like, ew, that's gross.
And so he does it, and he sees like in his brain there's just like dogs playing poker. Windsor says he sees some tranquil savanna or forest, I forget what he says, and Jake just sees fuzz. Like it's like TV static.
It's like,
I see snow.
I see snow. Bull's like, you gotta find your specialized skill because you don't have muscles, you suck at them. So you gotta intimidate to eliminate. Everyone uses their special skills, like snakes use venom, and he holds up Slips, who's there
like,
suddenly.
hey, man.
Actually, I'm a constrictor.
And then he throws him away, and then like Bull goes on to say, intimidate to eliminate. Come on, fellas. And then, Windsor and Jake go, intimidate to eliminate. And then he says, Now for the ladies. And Jake goes, intimidate to eliminate!
So
And
again, we're here again.
the second time, I'm just stunned.
What else could it possibly be? Why does Jake constantly refer to her? I don't even know what to say to Jake as like a girl, but also not sometimes, like gender fluid, maybe.
Jake is at least gender fluid.
Yeah,
It's the only way, the only explanation.
just maybe trying to figure things out.
Just trying to.
Very
Just
hard
trying
to do in an animal school.
Very hard to do in an animal school.
But I did want to say, I really do like this montage where Bolt's like really giving his all to like motivate Adam. Like you gotta use your innate like ability, your smarts. It's in your mind. Everybody's got like different stuff. Cars have headlights, and he's showing it all the stuff off. And Principal Pixie Frog's car is missing its headlights.
He's like,
That's
oh
fun.
man.
Not again.
It's fun to see like Bull is being mean to Adam, but he's not like just straight up just bullying him or beating him up. He feels like a more of a character.
Yeah, he has stakes. He has like actual like motivation here. He has the fears of like his sibling like usurping him as like the dominant like bully, and he's really trying. He's really trying.
I enjoyed seeing this side of Bull for like once. We finally get kind of more than just big bully, scary. Jake sits in his mouth. Like we get more than that.
Yeah, and I anything to stray away from that scene, that memory. So.
Adam fails.
Yeah, it doesn't work though. Like you're a failure, Adam, and then Jake calls Euripides on the phone, and Euripides shows up, and we finally get a good look. Euripides is a small, very small, smaller than like about maybe as small as Jake, sized shark, and she is amazing, and I love her.
She's a girl.
She's
a girl.
And of course, Windsor goes, yeah. She's a girl, and Bull is just like, you got a problem with girls? And Windsor goes,
Windsor very sassily, no, but you seem to have a problem with them.
it's like, fucking, ah!
And then Euripides, she's wearing like a little, I don't know how to describe it, like pink leotard.
A little
like
top,
Yeah.
pink top, little like sweat leggings.
Tank top and yoga pants is
And
probably what this is.
She's got like a blonde ponytail, and she like struts over to Adam, and she just starts like insulting him.
And his mama.
And his mama.
And he gets genuinely angry at this.
Yeah, so
He's just
she,
like, you fucking
you-
coward!
Do you and your mom should both share that scar? Oh wait, that's just your face. Thank you.
yeah, she keeps ending her disses with "thank you."
I really would like it that while we talk about this, if we could just find that music that plays during the...
Oh yeah, she has her own theme.
Because
It's the same like music that plays during the prom episode. The dance.
Got to go!
And Euripides makes Adam so angry that he turns red in the face, and she like deliberately hides next to the cheese hippo, into which Adam starts just like chowing down on it, like just really going to town
Like,
on it.
he doesn't just walk around it like a normal person. He goes straight through to get to his target, Euripides.
And then it's like, wow, we did it. We got Adam to do it. But Adam starts just eating everything, like the benches, the weights, and Bull's like, Adam, stop. Adam, cut it out.
His chompers are out of control in this instance. He's lost himself.
He just destroys the whole school, but it doesn't amount to much. It's just Principal Pixie Frog saying, Miss Warthog, can you close the window? I'm feeling a draft.
He doesn't realize the school has been knocked down. He's looking at a newspaper.
I love these little like Principal Pixie Frog jokes we've been getting. Just not too much. Just like you gotta save them for the big episodes. So you get a little taste of them.
You gotta save him. You can't just have an episode where Principal Pixie Frog is on a blood trail, like a blood hunt to try and like destroy Adam and Jake. Like, you gotta save those.
Then we cut to Mr. Hornbill, and he's just going, yes, Adam, you got this. And it's his test. He's eating another cheese something. And he's like, well done. I guess Bull really did help you out. And Jake pops in to correct, no, it was Euripides who did it. And Hornbill's like, is that true, Bull? And Bull's like, but it was like part of my plan anyway, so like don't even worry about it. And he's like, oh, okay.
and now, Adam, you have to return the favor. Apparently, without his consent, Adam has to tutor Bull in human behavior class, which is an interesting class for an animal school.
Yeah, what the hell? Human behavior class? What? Huh?
I imagine that's a thing for animal mimicry, like parrots and stuff.
No,
but I don't know for sure.
I bet it's to teach animals how to function in a human society. Like how to go out and go grocery shopping and shit like that.
Oh man, can they? There's still so much we don't know. Still so much we don't know. God, I want to know so much.
I just need to know.
The end credits is Euripides teaching Bull how to insult Adam. Mm-hmm. I guess this is part of his human behavior tutoring. And he just gives up. He feels, I'll never be as good as you. Thank you. And that's it.
That's the end. I thought this episode was funny. It got a lot of laughs out of me.
Yeah.
This was like a better episode. It gave Bull a really nice character, really three-dimensionalized him. It gave him a lot of depth, gave him character motivations. He has fears now, and I feel like, maybe soon enough, we might be able to relate to him a bit more.
Possibly.
Adam might even see him as a friend. Who knows?
Never that.
Yeah, never.
Never a friend. Never a friend.
So that's been One Lumper Tutor. Any last thoughts about these episodes?
I think I'm good.
All right.
Nothing funny. Sorry.
Sorry.
This is my review. All right, let's go home now.
All right, let's read some comments since we got a lot of really good ones. Who wants to start?
I really like this first comment. Can I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Xenon writes in our last episode, it's a rather brash assumption that your audience wasn't already 90% furries without your intervention. I just have an extra burner persona now.
I feel threatened.
No, that's accurate. We made a podcast about my gym partner's a monkey. A lot of people, apparently, I've been told, got their furrydom started on this show. So we only should have expected this.
I have no problem with furries.
You better not.
I just didn't see it coming. It just blindsided me. I was so naive. I should have known.
You really should have.
You really
should have known.
Should have known.
I don't even know what I'm talking about. My icon on Discord right now is a picture of a duck. Of a furry duck.
Yeah, you're the only one with a furry icon. Me and Gert, we got human-like faces as our avatar.
Renee, your icon on Discord right now is Professor Hulk.
Your point is?
And Gert, I don't know what yours is.
That's Dick the Head! Why does nobody know who Dick the Head is?
Anyway, thank you for the comment. The next comment, Gert, I want you to read it.
Okay. Spectra Quilava said, I don't keep nuts in the fridge because I'm a functioning human being. This is such a good comment because, like, I think it really does get across this feeling of, like, if you put nuts in the fridge, what's wrong with you, right? Like, why the fuck would you put peanuts or anything like that in the fridge? I don't get it. They are basically wood. They stay fresh forever.
I don't know about forever. Like,
Okay,
you know,
well,
sometimes walnuts like taste differently. They taste bitter, and it's like that sucks. I wouldn't keep my walnuts out. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't keep your walnuts out. But yeah, nuts don't need to be fridged. I don't want no cold nuts. I want them room temperature, preferably with some salt. Good.
Cat Comic Studios says, wrote us a pretty long comment here. And they start it with, normally I tend to just listen to podcasts in the background while I'm drawing, but something about this one was so addicting. After Pink Cat Ninja told me about it, I've been binge listening at nearly every opportunity. Can't wait to see how it all turns out. And then they go on about a theory they have of the show, which we don't have enough time to read all of it, but like it's pretty interesting.
You should go to the last episode and read that comment because it's a pretty good one, and we encourage all these theories, dark or otherwise, about my gym partner's a monkey.
But thank you for your kind comments. It's nice to know we got some new people, new faces. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So, we have a good amount of fan art to talk about, actually. So I don't know if
comments on the fan art.
Yeah. So, let's first talk about. Let's save those two. You know which two for last, because I feel like we're gonna be on those for a bit. Let's start with @Nami Butch tweeted us with this little sheep Sona. It's my gym partner is a podcast Sona, or my gym partner is a monkey Sona, I should say. It's very cute, big fat sheep.
They write, all right, it's sketchy, but I love my gym partner's a podcast a lot, and my friend Ninja finally got me to make my gym partner a monkey Sona. I'm a fat bighorn sheep student, and they're adorable. I'm just, again, more my gym partner's a monkey Sonas. More. I can't get enough of them.
I love seeing everybody's creations. I love seeing their interpretations of themselves as a funny animal. It's great.
Soon enough, we can recreate a whole world based on all these Sonas. We can make life anew.
Yeah, speaking of, so a person who's been on, has drawn a few things for us so far, @Pink Cat Ninja, included Nami Butch's Sona here, as well as one of their own. And the tweet reads, so originally this was just going to be my gym partners and monkey Sonas of Nami Butch and @Cat Comic Studios and myself. But then as I was looking into it, I found out that bunnies are banned from Charles Darwin for being too feral. I just can't make cute fan art for my gym partners a podcast. And it's some Sonas here. And then Principal Pixie Frog comes to ban the rabbit.
Hey, didn't I ban you?
You'll never take me alive, old man. Bunny has a gun.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Very cute. Very funny. I love it.
I don't think we've gotten to the episode. I think, actually, the episode involving some cute animals is the very next one.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so Jordy, @Jordan Bile, sent us this very nice UPA-styled drawing of our Sonas. Me, Lucy, and Gert in a little bowl there. It's very adorable.
Super cute.
It's really, really cute. I love how just happy we all are.
I love the face. I love the faces so much.
I love how content we look. We just look so peaceful.
Like we've accepted our fates. This is where we live now.
This is our home now. This podcast. I'm glad to share this home with you all.
Now, we can't ignore the elephant in the room forever. We have two similarly aligned fan arts here. Gert, you want to talk about the first one?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. So this piece of fan art is from Paintra CP. Hey, I said it right. And this is an image. I'll describe it after I read. For so long, I've been treating Jake Spider Monkey like he's some kind of disease, something to get rid of. But then I started looking at him as the cure. 18 months in an animal school. I put the brain and the brawn together, and now look at me.
Best of both worlds.
And this is a image of Jake Spider Monkey and Adam, hulked out.
Fused into their perfect form. Professor Jake.
Professor Jake.
Oh my god. Still gotta do that video essay, but oh my god, I'm so thankful that we not only get this one, but another one we'll talk about right next. But this is great. I love people talking about the Hulk out diner scene from Endgame. That's the only scene worth talking about. Don't argue with me.
I haven't looked at comments yet for our last episode, and I feel like I really need to. I feel like people might have said some stuff about how much we just went on about Professor Hulk.
No, I'm sure they expect this kind of behavior from us by now. But this is a very lovely hulked out image here. We have another one of a similar nature.
God.
by @Batasaur, who says, "I hate this image with a burning passion." And it's a more grown up looking Adam face here with Jake Spider Monkey's hands, and he has like the football helmet from that one episode. This is what they looked like when they were fused together. And he's saying, "Now you see, Slips, it's very simple. After I was stuck with this horrifying shell of our former selves, the shoulder pads and helmet of the football uniform fusing to our body as well, I had to decide, do I live in agony, waiting for the inevitable end of my unholy existence to end, or do I live with it? So I decided to combine both the brains and the bronze to live the best of both worlds."
Oh my god. This image has so much power. He looks so strong, and just like it has energies to it.
The hands.
Powerful magics. This in of itself is a magical rune, and I thank y'all so much for making these hulked out images. It just feels so glad.
Renee's all about even more so than us, the Hulk turning into a completely different guy. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all.
So that's been our show for this week. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for commenting. Make sure you comment, like, send us messages. We love them. We love you. And next week we are going to be talking about the episodes Pranks for the Memories and Talking Teddy. Or actually,
so not the actual episode where the cuties appear, so my bad. But
no worries. Actually, correction. I actually won't be here next week. So it'll probably be a bonus episode actually next week.
Oh.
Woo!
My brother's
it's been a
getting
while.
married, so
Oh, that's right.
I'll be
Congratulations.
So look forward to a bonus episode. But then after that, we'll talk about Pranks for the Memories and Talking Teddy. I have no idea what y'all are going to talk about in your bonus episode.
Yeah, I don't either. I didn't know we were doing a bonus episode.
No, I know exactly what we'll talk about.
Oh no! Curtis, the smart one again. Get her. Thanks for listening. I'm Lucy.
I'm Gert.
And I'm Renee. I'm the smartest there will ever be.
Okay,
and you
Darkwing
can't stop
Duck.
this genius. Thanks for watching my.
Shut Renee up
My
so
gym-
fast.
It's so easy to make you quiet.
This has been my Gym Partners, a podcast.
Goodbye.
It has. I'm so sorry, Renee. We love you.
We love you. Tip your waitresses, everybody.